When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
Yes.
All right.
And
sorry. Go ahead.
And it's going straight up into the ceiling, maybe 30 feet above you.
So if this is going all the way up to the upper floors, there's got to be some serious routing going on through the construction people, right?
Yeah.
If they're on, that would explain what all the power draw is. These things are huge.
No, the power draw's gone back to normal, but that happened after they sold this section.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm just hoping that we can get an
to the-
idea of what they were using it for by what's left.
So
And-
above us is just like a pure ceiling, right?
Yes, above you does look like a ceiling. It looks like whatever this room. Actually, make a technology check. Unpure ceiling. Ordrist, unpure. Cease.
Arsenal, what's this room? I'm not even gonna roll for this.
Oh, damn!
Got him. So, both Primus and Arsenal know that this is some sort of power conversion station. There's probably an area below this where it's leaching power out of the grid at a unregulated rate, and it's been being passed through this massive trunk and distributed through the building.
And this is live right now?
It is currently humming very, very quietly.
Huh.
Okay.
Guess
So
it's
this
a
is
transformer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I guess
but-
if we ever wanted to get the Ordris on any kind of legal technicality, I guess this would be one of them.
Yes,
I,
and
I could just tear it apart. Like, this is not a big deal. This is Tuesday for me. Like, I could knock it over and then pay for the electricity like the rest of us.
I'm not
Is it
sure
Tuesday?
you'd survive touching it.
it is
Not sure
actually
you-
Wednesday.
So
Yeah, exactly. But now it's like, I could do this yesterday. It'd be no big deal.
can you?
But
Because you had to do it yesterday, then I'd never had to be here today.
I mean, what is today but yesterday but later?
No, because if it was yesterday but later, then I wouldn't be here.
I'm
So
gonna
while
forget
they're
what
arguing,
year it is at this rate of conversation.
what are these carvings on the floor?
Okay, so the carvings on the floor, they radiate out from this central pillar, and it's obviously there's of course been a bit of damage. It looks like the ground might have shifted a little bit, so it's kind of cracked.
Mhm.
But the words you can make out are COLL.
And that's what we've heard that as a referral to that central. I can't remember. It's been so long since we've done there. I can't remember the name of the over organization of the Ordris. It was Central something or other.
It was CCon or something.
Yeah, Central
I'm
Control.
pulling up my notes right now.
Yeah, Central Control. That was it. CCon. But you said this is COLL.
Yes, and with a further investigation check, you might be able to identify more.
All right, I can do that.
Is that for everybody?
It could be if anybody's interested on what's happening on the floor. Yeah. So you're able to identify, looking through the cracks, it spells collect, but then the rest is too broken to see.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I get this right in my head of what it looks like. So we have the giant pillar of cables and metal plates. There's the small circle that has the COLL collect on there. And then you said there's stuff below it, which would pretty much lead straight to the power source itself, or the power leaching source.
Yes.
Is it jump downable? Like, I'm not saying I would, but is there a space at the edges where I could just jump down if I wanted to?
There's probably a very small thing you could squeeze through to get down below.
You mean like there's a floor beneath?
Maybe. It's pretty dark.
If I was to shove my arm down where the cables are and like lay on the floor and stick my arm down there and feel around, would I feel like the ceiling of another floor? Or
Do you want to try?
yeah, I mean, why not?
You feel the ceiling of another floor. It's the floor is maybe about a foot thick, but you
Okay,
can wave
here's
your
what I
arm
do
around
real
below.
quick. Is that I put my arm down there, I feel the ceiling of another floor, and like, hey guys, I think there's oh my, I'm gonna get something's got me, and I'm gonna start forcing my own way down there like something is pulling me.
Make a deception check. Everybody make insight, please.
Oh,
I'll save you.
two of you
Yeah.
were way
Yeah.
too good at that.
But yeah,
No, not
but-
another
but,
one.
yeah,
Oh wait,
I-
you're immortal.
that, like I'm assuming, you guys just kind of stand there, but Benjamin's just like, "No, what are you doing? He's got him."
Well, I mean,
We
my
have to
intent is
stop
to
him,
force my
no.
way down into the next floor via this, this little tubing of wires and whatnot.
So make an athletics check. Okay. So you are able to wriggle your way down until there's just like your legs sticking out, and then you're able to fall through. And down in this lower area, do you have any light source?
Nope.
It is very dark.
Hey guys, there's a
Guys are
room down
getting
here.
Crime vision. Do you see any crime?
Yeah. That's the only vision I have that's extra of me. So
There is vandalism happening somewhere in this room.
yeah, if I was to start peeing on the floor, would I be able to see that with the crime vision?
Yes.
The trick to crime vision is if I start committing crimes, I can see in the dark.
Unfortunately, you can only see yourself in the dark.
Yeah, I start rubbing myself against the walls. No, I'm just gonna... There's a room down here. It's dark, though.
Is there actually a way down in this room?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there another exit?
Not that you can see. It looks like whatever this room down below was, when they stuck in this pillar, they kind of sealed it off.
Well,
I could make a way down.
I could too, and I could make it even easier for you.
I back
Well,
all
aren't you
way
just-
off into another section of the room and say, "You two go ahead. I'm too squishy right now."
So I think it's probably at least safe to say we could melt a section of this floor and then Scrap can just punch it and it's gone.
You could.
Would you like
You
me
could.
to press the button or...
No.
Okay.
You're able to melt like a small, like manhole-sized hole in this concrete, and you're able to kind of push it out and it falls in. And Primus would see like this little hole of light kind of open up in the ceiling.
How far of a drop down?
It's maybe like 10 feet standard room height.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll go down first.
You can just like hop down.
Yeah.
Come on, jump, I'll catch you.
So you guys hop down,
Evil grin.
and once the light source gets in there, everybody make a perception check.
No, I've got to roll this first just for me.
Oh no!
So
Can I at least land without breaking an ankle?
you land on like your hands and knees, and it does hurt a lot.
Superhero
Ow.
landing.
Like there's like the audible crack of your bones against the concrete, but nothing breaks.
The sound of learning how to superhero land.
You
I do
don't
it
use
fine
all
when
4 pieces. You only do a 3-point.
I do
Yeah, you
fine
gotta
when I'm in
distribute the weight.
All right, so Primus and Scrap.
Do you want me to
hear
go ahead and make a perception too, or am I too busy ouching?
I'd say you're too busy ouching right
That's
now.
fine.
You guys hear this very small, like, kind of sparking, but as well as this like wet kind of chomping sound.
Well, that sounds interesting.
It sounds like it's coming from the pillar down here.
If I had to guess, I think something is eating the wires.
It's probably just a rat. A big one.
Are USs? I don't believe they exist.
Instantly gets murked. So,
I've met many
You-
Russ before.
mm,
He's
do
one of my
you-
favorite guys.
So do you move closer towards the sound?
I ask for the kind of like signal to give me the torch.
Yeah,
don't say
I
anything,
pass the
though, but I do
lantern
like a
over
whole-
to you. Or, well, I guess I hold it up because you have big, unwieldy hands.
I can hold it. It won't last very long if I get scared and grip it really tight. But
I do like, again, that Scrap's Bane description is that of the Rock Eater from Neverending Story. Such
beautiful
hands.
big hands.
All right. So you heft your lantern. You step a little bit closer, and you see whatever it is. It's not a rat. It looks like this small little potato-sized, kind of like fleshy blob. And it looks like it has these two pincers that it's like gripping onto the wires, and it's kind of like thrashing a little bit. You can see a bunch of little legs like scuttering away underneath it as it's trying to pull at these wires.
Oh, fuck no. This is like a bad spider.
Oh, it's a potato bug.
How do you know what potato
what?
bug is?
I'll go
I've
ahead
seen
and be
them.
completely naive.
The
I'm going
asteroid's
to
a
use
Vega 9.
animal empathy and attempt to show it that, well, we're not a threat. Aw, you cute little thing.
Gonna rip out your throat.
Yeah, how quickly does it rip out my throat? Should I
So-
roll persuasion?
So wait, it's so you're gonna okay.
Does it find him attractive?
In a way.
Does tasty count as attractive?
Yeah, about the same way that you'd look at a steak.
Oh wait, so wait. So probably imagine what a marine isopod looks like, except it doesn't have an exoskeleton. It's just meat.
Sure, totally there. 100% on board with that.
So like
What the fuck
imagine
did he just say?
imagine this, but it's made out of meat. There's no shell.
Nice.
So
Oh, a giant tick.
more
Yeah,
legs.
I make an attempt.
All right, you may make your attempt.
Actually roll it then. Okay, so he doesn't eat me immediately.
Also horrifying.
Okay. So when you try and go like, "Oh, hey there, buddy," it's not really responding like a normal animal would.
Mhm.
Like as soon as you make a sound, its head kind of like starts snapping around. It lets go of the wire and it starts to like kind of scuttle towards you when you made that sound.
Hmm.
So
Does this
that's
look anything at all like the crazy things we found underneath the wall?
It does have kind of a similar look to it.
Hey, Arsenal.
And guess what? It's going to meet the full full brunt force of a large. What's the sound of one hand clapping? Bam!
All right, so like as it kind of scurries by you towards Firebrand, are you just gonna like crush it?
Yeah, fuck this thing.
All right, make an attack.
Okay, let's see. Let's just do athletics. Do you want me to actually do like the macro one I have for it, or should I just
Yes.
roll? Okay. Oh no. Oh god, this is bad. My attacks are always terrible. There it is. That's a
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you crush it, and it lets out a weird squeak, and a bit of fluid kind of squirts out of it across the floor. It gets on your boot.
I
Oh.
just bought these boots.
Huh.
I think that was related to the infestation thing we found underneath the wall. I think his squishing it was a good thing.
Where did it come from? How did it get down here?
Why is it attracted to electricity?
That's also a very good question. Doesn't seem like it's made very much progress, has it?
No, it looks like there are a couple of like pincer marks in the wires, but they're like thick rubber.
Right. It must not have been up to this for very long.
No.
So
By
now
the
that
way,
we
it's
take care of
dead
that,
now.
what's this room look like?
So down in this room, it looks pretty obvious that this was the area where this pillar kind of distributes out on the floor, and there are like these grooves cut into the now stone floor that these wires are laid into,
Mhm.
and they go into these little holes in the wall, in like a radial pattern. And there is one metal door that has it's like a hatch in the wall.
Let me ask this because I may have been misfiguring something on my previous thing. If I was to draw arrows on which direction the power is, well, actually, I wouldn't be able to tell which direction the power is flowing. Because
And if it's AC current, it's technically flowing in both directions simultaneously multiple times a second. So.
When you were saying this is the power tap that was feeding, I was thinking it was feeding up, but it looks like it's more feeding down, right?
It actually is feeding up.
Okay.
It just looks like it's taking it from a variety of sources.
Okay. So I was right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the inside of the building says collection.
So a metal door. This bug didn't open that door, though.
No, but after looking around, you can see that there's like a little gap where one of the wires meets the wall that has like a little hole next to it. It's like probably squeezed in that way.
Like a chewed through hole, or just an ill-fitting passage?
It looked like a bit of both. It looked like it was kind of ill-fitting, but then like something scratched away the last little bit and got in.
All right.
I will go ahead and do a courtesy resealing on that right now, I think.
Good idea.
Get some nice new concrete in there. Ah, there you go. That looks good.
Like a good 3 or 4 feet back kind of thing?
It could go back 500 feet, let me tell you.
Alright, so that being done, now I guess we go check out the metal door.
Okay. So if you go over to the metal door, it is actually not locked. And it brings you into what seems like a large... It's not a culvert. It looks like a supply tunnel. And it's similar to the supply tunnels that they were using when they were originally constructing the city.
Mm-hmm.
Except these ones do have strange carvings on some of the walls. Giant word say quarantine. Not quite. There's not the same kind of dusty spores in the air here. Don't dead open inside. There's no spores like that here, but it looks like there are some really unique carvings on these concrete walls. And what you can tell from most of them is they're extremely symmetrical, extremely concentric, but right at the center, there seems to be a large, like, sort of tessellated figure. And it seems to be this, it seems to be rendered as a sphere, but you can see inside there's like these thousands of tiny little intricacies that have been carved into the wall, and it seems like there's something radiating down it, and you can see a sketch of figures below that this radiation seems to be flowing into.
What the hell?
I have no idea. I pull out my cell phone and start taking pictures.
Wait.
Don't do that.
Would
You'll
your-
release
would your
Cthulhu.
cell- Well, that too, but don't you? But if you have a cell phone, wouldn't it have a flashlight on it?
Wait
Yeah,
a
but
second.
you know modern cell phones, the battery sucks.
But this is like pseudo-future cell phones. They probably last like 2 hours more, maybe.
Also,
Yeah, but it has to handle so much more bloatware now.
just keep the phone out. When the light goes off, we'll know the killer is around.
Look, I sure as hell am not pausing my game of Peggle Plus, okay?
Wait, is Peggle available for mobile devices?
Yes. It's available right now here in the year not 20XX.
No, you bitch. I was actually asking in real life. I'm like, oh shit,
That's
if
what
Peggle
I'm
is on.
saying. In real life, it's here.
Although technically,
shit.
this is still technically 20XX in real life too.
It is.
So wait, you said there's all this stuff on the walls, and I'm sorry, did you say there was a statue in the middle, like of the middle of the room?
No, it was the carving on the wall.
It's a tesseracted
okay.
figure, which is
The-
itself
the-
doesn't have to be of a person. A figure can
Yes,
just be
the-
any. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. And judging from what it is, even though this thing does not look human, whatever it is, this giant sphere does seem to be portrayed as a being.
Wait.
Okay, well, I need everyone to take their pictures because I'm going to take this room apart. This
Wait,
is
wait,
not
wait.
what?
Is it a picture of a sphere, or is there actually a sphere?
it is a rendering of a sphere, so it might be raised a little bit, but it's still flat against
Oh,
the
okay.
wall.
Sorry. I just really love the Michael Crichton novel Sphere, and I was hoping the actual sphere was here. I was like, I touch it.
No. And also, Benumzis,
Mm-hmm.
your divine sense is extremely strong right now.
Vittori's back.
Right.
Like it is equivalent strength to something like a temple.
Right. I stare at the thing and I'm just immediately already scratching my chin going, huh, this looks really familiar. It has the same kind of iconography as a... Oh, yes, of course, duh.
Wait, your divine senses pick up sites of worship too?
Yeah, the Order stuff comes up too.
Okay. I just thought you picked up like gods and demi-humans and things like that.
Apparently it extends a little bit further.
Well,
I think
like,
it's regarding things of faith.
well,
Right.
yeah, the way that deities and religion works in this setting is the gods and deities stem from worship, not the other way around. So, for example, if a new religion was created, if enough people were believing in it, the thing would be willed into existence.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with that concept. I just didn't know that that's how his senses worked. When you said there's your divine senses going off, I'm like, oh shit, there's a god around here.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then Ben's like, yeah, yo.
Oh, that'd
but
be
yeah,
so useless if it's just like it's going off all the time because oh.
Well, I
So
mean,
then,
to
is
be
this
fair,
like the
it's
front
useless up until that
carvings, like,
last time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, so I looked over at Ben. Like, okay, so as I'm taking pictures, you recognize what the heck these symbols are?
Nope. Or rather, do I? Because I do recognize all languages
Yes.
that are
So-
human, at the least. But I
Yeah.
assume these are all merely artistic.
These are artistic renderings.
Right.
There is
Nothing to read here, but who...
there's not much to read.
Mhm.
But make and this is Benumzi's only, make a do you have any expertise in history or things like that?
I got libraries, but no, I do not actually have the expertise. I really ought to have put points into it.
All right, then make an insight check.
Just have a quick question to help me visualize here. You said it was tessellated in the middle. Does that mean it's like a puzzle to be solved? Or that things can be rearranged to make a better, more clearer image?
What the heck is tessellation anyway?
Let me just show you.
Tessellation is like an infinitely recursive figure.
Yeah, it's like it's like a
It's like a
repeating
triangle
pattern.
within a triangle that is perfectly within a triangle.
Yeah,
Fractal.
it's
You
like-
sure that's a fractal?
Yeah.
A tesseract. This is more of a tesseract situation.
Here, a
Tessellation means something
tessellation,
different than tesseract. So
an
So, like-
arrangement of shapes closely fitted together, especially of polygons in a repeated pattern without gaps or overlapping.
It's
Like that.
it's like
Alright.
that.
Okay.
I definitely think I will go ahead and put a hero point into this roll.
Okay.
I feel like we should
Well-
just
well,
stand back
well,
and cross
well,
our eyes.
Well, you could do your regular roll first in case you get well.
That's true. So I'll go ahead and do that first then.
Treat it like a magic eye puzzle.
22 seems
Okay.
pretty good.
Hey. So, stepping back, you look at this strange spherical thing and the carvings beneath it
Mhm.
until you do realize some of the words are not in English. It's like some of the carvings seem to be extremely exaggerated and stylized letters,
Mhm.
but they're not in English. They're in another language that was quite popular for a while, Latin.
Ooh.
Mhm.
It's like I step back from like a triangle and take a look at it and go, oh, it's a giant A, of course. So what exactly does it spell out?
Let me just get that for you. So, da, 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 da. Uh,
Oh, there we go. Okay, temperate.
So wait, if it said
Oh.
collection up top, then somebody translated it up there.
And that's what it said.
Okay. Since I do have an understanding of it, what does that translate to? I can tell
Do
everyone
you,
about.
so do you understand all languages?
Yes, I do. All human languages, and Latin is still human.
Okay.
That's what you think.
Oh no, it's actually another god language.
Oh no.
That's why those middle years were so awkward.
Okay, so the gist that you can get with it is saying
Something about collecting everything.
yes, it's like the collection is the way, its wisdom is the wisdom of many.
So while all of this is going on and everyone's doing their reading, Scrap is on the wall that was pretty on the far edge of this giant thing, just kind of tapping his fingers along it, just waiting.
Yeah, I'm just like crossing my arms, looking at that, and giving a slow I wonder if this is where the urges are coming from.
Wait, what?
I was kind of interested. Where did their whole philosophy come from? Where did the
Oh,
whole worship start from?
you mean their line of thought. Sorry, I thought you meant like all of the orders were for somewhere else.
Yeah, I
Breaking from the
assumed that
ground.
they were born and came around eventually, but
I mean, it's pretty standard kind of communistic sort of thing, you know. Everyone for the good of all, collectivism and all that sort of stuff. A little on the
right,
extreme
more or less,
side,
this
but
line of thinking seems to fit theirs a whole bit. So I think maybe I can find my answers around here. So I'll go back to the question I think I was trying to ask Bree. Is this the front of like some deeper structure down here? Is there like a doorway around? Does this like lead to a tunnel that extends in infinite directions, both left and right? What are we looking at?
This tunnel is, so you opened perpendicular to a tunnel that
Mhm.
went off both to the right and to the left. This is what was in front of you when you entered.
Okay.
so the far wall of the tunnel, of the service tunnel we're in.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Does there seem to be any specific imagery in there to point one direction or another in the tunnel? Like, is the thing perfectly symmetrical in terms of drawing? Does one side have like something a little extra on one side the other doesn't have? You see what I'm saying?
In true Order style, it appears to be perfectly symmetrical, going to a pinnacle at the sphere and then with a small spire going up towards the very top of the tunnel and then ending there.
All right.
Where are the wires that were leading into this room?
So the wires that were coming to this room are attached to both the walls and the floor, and they lead off down either direction of the tunnels.
Where at the floor are they attached?
It looks like they've had grooves carved in them, like they were in the last room. They have grooves carved in. They go out a ways, but then it looks like they decided it was too much effort to keep carving it. And once it was out of this strange place of worship, it seems like they're just kind of attached with metal brackets to the walls.
I'm sorry, one more time. Where do they lead off to? Like out of the room or somewhere else into the room?
Down the tunnel in both directions.
Oh, this is just a location in the tunnel.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a dead end or something.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
Scrap.
This is one of the service tunnels, like we came into when we did the other crazy.
Right.
I agree, but it could be more proprietary than those.
I just had a different mental image, that's all. Scrap.
Hmm. Are we done?
Well, I just think maybe you want to punch it.
I am. I'm just waiting for everyone to be done taking pictures. I'm being polite today.
Right.
I say we want to keep quiet until we see what else is here.
Well, I just think maybe there's something underneath it too. So if he wants to punch it, and we have pictures, then you can just recreate it based on the pictures.
Actually, that would be a fairly decent question. Is there anything behind it, or am I more like feeling that this whole tunnel system is a part of the temple of worship, or that it leads to one, or...
You feel like this tunnel system, in specifically this one area around this carving, appears to be where the most of the energy is concentrated.
Hmm.
Oh, and also, as like you're thinking about it and you're considering it and you're taking things apart and thinking about them, you feel something kind of pass over you
Love.
very, very briefly, but it kind of doesn't it doesn't have a specific feeling about it, but it feels like, unlike most of the other gods, it feels very alien.
Like the feeling of being watched.
Yes. Well, not so much watched in a personal way, more observed.
Right. Hmm.
Quick question.
I'm going to look to Scrap, and I'm just going to put my hand on his shoulder. Leave it alone for the moment.
Yes. What was the quick
Well,
question?
actually, this is a question for Benjamin.
Yes.
Have you ever mentioned to us that the Ordris has a religious feel to you? I don't think you ever have.
I think I kind of mentioned, like, they felt very orderly.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
think...
didn't. Yeah,
I'm
you
not
didn't
sure if
press.
I really specified, probably because I'm just very bad at specifying things.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just curious about it.
Okay.
Alright,
But at this point, I'm probably being very openly, I have bad feelings here, kind of, to everything.
All right, Han Solo.
So I don't believe in this
movie.
force mumbo jumbo.
Well, how about this? Well, shit, I can't say that. You didn't reveal anything. Never mind.
Yeah, I just kind of go, I got a bad feeling about this, Scrap.
And then Scrap punches the floor.
Well, I'm at the end of the hallway where we started. So
Oh.
I'm just waiting. I'm not like sitting there staring at the big guy, because
Oh, okay, I thought you were down here with us.
no. I'm like I said, I've got my fingers on the wall. They're drumming along, just waiting for everyone to be done taking their pictures, waiting for the go ahead.
I need to know more. This isn't... I'm too in the dark on this. You don't have any, like, weird sensors that can just sense what else is here, do you, Arsenal?
No, unfortunately, haven't invested much into broad-based sensors. They're so complex, so many different things you have to go for. It's how to figure out how to put them into a small enough system to make them portable is not been high on my list.
Right.
Yeah, also, you're not in your suit, right?
Yeah, and I'm not in my suit either.
Oh, right.
You have any sensors other than that? Yeah, I got my eyes, got my ears, sense
I have
of touch.
actually 5 whole senses.
I have spatial
gonna
awareness to where my
choose-
limbs are.
This direction. I just, like, point, like, to the right.
Do it, Scrap.
Okay.
Well, okay. I Scrap kind of just like he's looking down and he's kind of like, arcing your neck, kind of see if, like, what's going on down there, and he. Is that the
Actually, I
sign?
don't suppose either direction feels any different than the other, right?
No.
Yeah, didn't think so.
The Scrap kind of gives a thumbs up. He's like, yes, no, yes,
Thumbs up.
no, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Promise gives a thumbs
And
up.
he's going to spin around and he's going to dig both of his hands into the side of the wall and just drag it along all the way down the hallway, just making sure to hit as many fancy iconography as he possibly can.
So when that happens,
Oh, no.
Benjamin can feel like a sudden surge going through this area, coming from back where Scrap is, and you can, as you hear like the scraping sound, like it kind of comes up and up into a crescendo, and then just cuts out, and it cuts out right at the point where Scrap pushes through the main body of the thing, and it's just kind of like
Scrap.
fading away.
What? It's just some fucking things on the wall by a bunch of crazy people. If anything, I've seen
Scrap,
enough
they
movies
were
where they
watched.
should have destroyed the creepy stuff on the wall, and they didn't. I'm being
Crap, it's like seeing something outside your window and then you don't care until you hear the gunshot.
Well, I mean,
I don't care
We
about
just
gunshots.
We just drew attention to ourselves, and I don't know shit about this guy yet.
Then leave.
And already
I'll
I'm gonna be
destroy
on his
this
shit
whole
list.
place.
I'm also
I've
confused.
been on people's shit lists before. It doesn't turn out well for the region.
I expected that you were going to destroy the floor. I didn't think you were going to grab the wall.
Fuck the wall. They obviously they spent time on this wall, and I'm just gonna tear it down.
Well, no, I thought everything was on the floor.
I do agree,
Oh,
Scrap, but I
was?
would have liked to do it when we left.
That's why I said I suppose that there might be something under the floor, which is why I was rooting for you to destroy the floor.
Oh, well, I point at Primus. I go, he gave me the thumbs up.
You know what? Scrap goes to destroy the wall. I attack the floor.
There we go.
I
Alright,
think
two
I'm
wrong
actually as strong as you are, Scrap. So
You are. You're evil, equal in terms of strength.
Well, I can't blame your enthusiasm.
Okay. So the
Oh, fuck.
the
What
floor
did we- what did
retaliates. Critical hit.
so the ceiling does not cave in from this damage. Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Somehow your damage has made the tunnel stronger.
Well, if nothing else, I can only hope no one heard all this mess, too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not like all
I'm
the
still gonna
fires
pick
we've been setting to
right.
walls.
Well, hey, those are quiet fires.
And also smashing into the floor, you can find like a water main and a power cable that looks like this one's grafted onto.
Just straight up utilities.
Yeah, this is weird. This is weirder now that, city planning is involved.
Like, oh shit, is that a gas line? We gotta call the guys. We gotta make sure this gets fixed.
I wouldn't doubt the Ordris's reach.
This is like the Ghostbuster scene where you find out the tunnels underneath New York were filled with supernatural shit, but at the same time, government planning was involved at some point. It's like, wait, what? Enough bureaucracy, but also supernatural ghosts from the afterlife.
What was it? On the first Ghostbusters, there was the corner building where he's like, your girlfriend's living on the corner of Spook Central. And they looked at it, the blueprints, and like this guy was either a certified madman or a certified genius. So like, there are people out there that do this shit.
Well, I was thinking more of the second one with the subway stations that are all the hatreds flowing through.
The only thing I remember from the second one is when they get the Statue of Liberty move, and Bill Murray just goes, "Oh, she can handle it. She's a harbor chick."
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head off to the right and kind of wait and see if anyone is coming with me.
Okay.
Wait, was the right? Did we came from the right or we came from the left?
We came from
came
like
from
the
the middle.
center.
We came
Yeah.
from the middle. It's a
And
T
there's
intersection.
only two. Okay. Wait, so there's three
Oh,
ways?
I thought we were just gonna destroy this
Backwards
place.
is the way we came.
Well, no, we came from up. So if there's a T
That's what I came
intersection,
We came from up, and then we went out, and that became a T intersection.
Oh, it's okay.
oh,
Now
so
I
it's
see what's going
only
on.
left and right and back. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we were a text adventure, we would be: you go north, you enter a room, and then it describes all the stuff. Your only directions are south, east, and west, and south will go back us through the door. That just
Exactly.
came through.
Yes.
Got it. Get ye flask. You cannot get ye flask.
Alright,
Okay. Flask.
so flask and lantern in hand.
Okay.
What is down this direction?
So you're gonna keep going down this direction. Make a perception check for me, please.
Everyone?
Anyone who's going down this direction.
Oh wow.
Hey,
Okay.
everybody, look at me.
So Primus and Arsenal.
The one person with the lights, like la la.
He's blinded by his own light. That's what happens when you hold the torch in front
Actually,
of
at this point, I'm betting that I'm carrying the light because if any sort of fight happens, I'm getting the hell out of there. And you guys need your hands free to fight. I don't need you dropping the light because you guys are fighting.
True.
And at this point, I'm thinking I probably should have brought the suit.
Alright, so let me just grab this. Should just be 1 second.
you. Gotta get some sort of upgrade to make it like a suitcase or mobile so it can fly to your location.
Like it kind of can.
You can get cell
Iron
service
Man.
down here.
We've already established that, but it's not. I'd have to go all the way back outside and up and stuff.
Make it so impervious that it just plows through the dirt. Or the subterranean tunnel suit delivery method.
It just goes through
Oh,
the
the-
entirety of a building. into the
No,
ground.
did you ever watch Big O?
Yep.
Yeah, just a giant underground train network is what you need.
And just destroys like half a city block.
Look, if nobody knows who he is, then who are they going to charge it to?
I do believe the main big bad antagonist was in fact a construction company. So I think we know how they got there.
Okay, so everybody does notice. Well, everybody except Benjamin
My hand's
notices.
so cool in the light. Look, shadow puppet.
Wow.
It's a dog.
Notice that there are some scuff marks on the ground. So there's obviously been people who have been using this tunnel like regularly and fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that Primus and Arsenal hear, what sounds like some sort of robotic step
Coming from ahead of us or behind?
coming from very far ahead of you.
I think somebody's performing 80s dance moves.
All right, we've
Are
got.
they popping and locking? Are they popping and locking?
Damn it, man! You've got to let us know.
Well, it sounds like some robotic elements stepping in unison.
What kind of robotic, though? Like hydraulic robotic or electronic robotic?
Like pretty advanced, like electronic as opposed to heavy machinery hydraulic.
Okay. So, fairly small scale.
How far
Yes.
All right.
Maybe like 200 feet. Looks like you're just walking in the dark though. You can't see any light.
Guys, you hear that stuff? Sounds like we got some robotics ahead.
Do you want me to? And he kind of looks around and they're right ahead. Do they sound like they're really? Do they sound like they're really far ahead? Are they coming towards us? Or they're walking away? What do you think?
I can't tell what direction they're headed, but it's definitely ahead of us, a good far away.
I've had to guess. I'd probably say like 200 feet. just a guess.
Just exact measurements.
Yeah.
They're currently walking at a 95-degree. No, okay, but
95-degree angle.
And they're
We're
certainly
running through
not
this
What
like a
some
wall.
of the power's coming from.
certainly
Let's take a
not
look.
any sort of hydraulic machinery either. I've ruled that out
All right.
completely.
I'll walk out front and I'll scoot Arsenal behind because he is currently a squishy human.
Gonna lean back to Benjamin and say, these guys know I'm immortal, but they keep walking out ahead into danger. I really appreciate that.
I know, right? They're always so excitable. Just really.
But
really
I'm in the
fun.
back. I am completely in the back right now.
And we're just like completely ignoring him. It's like, oh, these humans, they always step up and take the lead.
Yeah, it's always the youngest of them that seem the most suicidal. It's perfect.
So,
No, we don't call them suicidal. We call them eager here.
So as you're walking down the tunnel, you can see in the light that it goes through like a 90-degree bend, and by now everyone can hear the sound of these robotic footsteps getting closer. You actually can't tell how many of them there are though, because they're like walking in perfect unison.
So it's really just a one loud step. Every
Yeah.
so often.
And they still have like the stone walls, or what kind of walls are them? Like on our side.
They're like reinforced concrete walls, but they
Okay.
do like little alcoves along it for like utilities and just structural support.
I don't give a damn about the alcoves. And I look back over at Primus and I go, okay, you can hide in an alcove. I look at Primus and I go, okay, I have an idea.
What's up?
Actually,
And
yeah.
I think you'll like it.
Sure, what's going on?
Okay. We're going to rip out a section of this wall until we get one section that's like the size of the hallway, and you and me are just going to run it down. We're just going to steamroll and flatten whatever's at the end of it. Because if they're robots, they can't feel anything.
Yeah, this sounds cool. Let's do it.
Or we could just hide in the alcoves.
Yeah, you two hide in the alcoves.
Or we can flatten a legion of probably Ordress robots. That sounds
Right.
so much better.
Alright.
I'll grab
Here,
one side, you grab the
compromise.
other.
Firebrand, make them the section of wall they want. That way they don't collapse the tunnel on us.
Do that.
Okay. You know what? I'll go ahead and give them their request. I like the idea of everyone else not dying right now.
Yeah.
So I will give
But
them
better
like
yet-
just a big chunk of concrete to play with.
Or just a giant ball. How about just a giant ball? We'll roll it down that way.
Just a big giant.
The
Yes.
boulder.
Yeah, we'll
We're-
boulder it.
I'm going to give them a giant metal pinball.
Well, I mean,
to
the
roll.
thing is that if it's a flat surface, we'll actually have to push it, but it's still the same effect.
Mhm.
And two of us super strong. You can get it.
And too bad you can't do electronics, because the icing on the cake would have a speaker on it going dun 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 dun.
No, we want to just be like, at some point the robots are like, error detected, and I'll, like just nothing. Just the only sound they heard was the 5 seconds before they were flattened.
So yeah, let's do it. I'll go ahead and make it for him.
Okay.
do
I
so-
didn't
500
actually think
cubic
anybody
feet
would
at
go
a
along with this
time.
plan. This is amazing.
Okay, so you two who are hefting the wall make strength checks, please.
I'm
Well, we
having
know
an
who's
off
carrying
day.
the wall.
So we all know where the real strength is coming from at this point.
That's fine. He's an alien.
Okay, I'm gonna start this up.
Wait, hold on. Premise, do you have movement speed bonus? Like, do you have higher than normal movement speed?
No.
Damn.
Why?
I was hoping I could use that.
I thought
Like,
you
maybe
did.
I don't either. I'm just thinking, like, maybe it could be like that the excuse is that I just kind of fell behind because you could run faster. But now I don't have any excuse.
The ground is
It's a
uneven
grip-
on my side.
No,
Yeah.
It's a grip issue. I mean, you said you're only like 4 foot tall, right?
Yeah,
So he's
sure,
holding it
4
up
foot.
comfortable for him. He's like over 6 foot, and you're trying to get a bit of leverage on it.
I like that you're telling the guy that his excuse should be grip issue when his hands are these massive ass gloves. I can't get a grip. Well, what the fuck are the gloves for?
Okay, so you guys are hefting this wall, and you slowly start to see this like kind of dim goldenish yellow light starting to appear from around the corner. And the footsteps are going to get closer and closer. Are you guys going to like position yourselves?
I will go ahead and position myself with Arsenal in an alcove, and I will create a small wall to disguise ourselves.
Still wall yourself in.
So you entune yourself.
Do you have any way? Can you just deconstruct your own stuff?
Nope, it's permanent until I do
What the
it.
fuck?
Way to not tell us about it, by the way. Wait, who has the
Ow.
torch?
It's with us now.
Yeah, so now we can't see. We don't
No,
know
they got the
where
light-
you're at.
You have lights from the robot.
What robot?
We have the lights from beyond the wall. You're
Yeah.
in a small, enclosed area with a torch, which is burning oxygen.
We have no idea
You probably
where...
have no room to do your punch.
Yeah, we have no idea where in the wall you've sealed yourselves in. We can't see now, so we don't know where to go to find you. All we can do is go forwards, because we can hold the wall and tell where forwards
It's
is.
okay, I can break myself out.
Sure.
Yeah, but what about the shrapnel for me?
Okay, in the same vein, what about the shrapnel for Badoomsies? Because he's not exactly made of steel anyway.
He still has that regeneration or that reincarnation thing. He's not afraid of dying.
It's okay. We'll get out of this. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm not making like a 12-foot thick concrete wall to bunker us in. I'm making like a 2-foot plywood that looks like concrete on one side.
Oh, so you've done a stuccoed plywood wall. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a fake.
Oh no! All right. So, as they so are you guys going to wait until this light and these footsteps come around the corner?
No, our plan was to charge it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Charge
our
it with
plan
the
was
wall.
to charge it. We can charge him and just splatter him against a wall that we eventually hit.
So you would charge
At normal human running speed.
you charge at normal human running speed, do a 90-degree turn, and then charge down that way.
I just think we could keep him. We can keep pushing the order spots or whatever the bots. Like just hit them with the wall and carry them with the wall until we reach another wall, in which case they will be destroyed against the wall. That was my plan, and you guys just ran with it. So I did not expect to get this far.
I'm sorry, have you met Primus? This is Primus's territory. This is what I'm here for.
And the reason why I did my suggestion is so that you guys wouldn't go through tearing a section of the wall off and collapse it all down on top of me. Look,
Mhm.
distraction.
So So, okay. If you're standing where you are right now,
Yes.
the Ordrists are currently around a 90-degree corner.
Well, if it's a 90-degree corner, all we have to do is then actually wait at the corner, and it makes it look like a dead end. And then when they come around to the very end of the corner, like, what the hell's a dead end doing here? We just shove forwards, and they'll be wall to wall. We'll crush them between two walls.
That or if they just turn around and go back the way they came, we could just move the wall and set it down right where they went.
Right. Either way, either we chase them through, or we let them come to the end, and then just crush them right there like one of those, squeezing wall traps.
Well, as you're deliberating, it sounds like they're getting very close to this corner.
It's not deliberation. It seemed like he was agreeing, right? Are you with me, Scrap?
Yeah, I'm with you on this one.
Yeah.
So are you gonna set it down?
Here, I'm just gonna.
Well, we're just gonna hold it until see what they do.
Is this about the representation right here?
Yes.
Just a right-hand corner. All right. And then we're like right here with it, and they're coming this way, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when they get to like here, we just push forwards and smash them against the wall.
Okay. All right. So they get to about. You hear them come around the corner, and although your thing is almost completely flush with the wall, you are still holding it, so there's a gap from about your knees to the ground. It's not the most noticeable thing, but you hear the footsteps stop all suddenly, and you actually hear this strange, like, it sounds like it's being put through a voice processor. It's this sort of like, and you hear one set of footsteps come up to the wall, and you hear this like kind of scraping sound against it, and then
Charge!
Wait, well, I mean, it's only one? How many footsteps did we hear?
More than one. They're walking in unison. It's fairly loud though.
Right, but I mean, there's like only one on the other side of the wall right now.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
I'm gonna look over at Scrap and I'm gonna like give him a. Well, I'm wearing a mask. You can't tell what the hell. Oh, so it's completely dark apparently. Never mind. I'm gonna look over the direction I think Scrap is in, make a face behind my mask that he'll never be able to know I made, and be like, "Room service."
You actually shout room service?
Yeah.
The footsteps are gonna stop very suddenly. There's gonna be like a turning sound. Are you gonna say anything after that?
Scrap is just like, what are you doing?
I have money. Help.
So it's like, the like synthesized voice is gonna say, oh shit, what's there was a word that I had.
Rutabaga.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It was actually
Anti-establishmentarianism.
It's actually kumquat, but no. Shit.
Bullshit.
That's a good word too.
Okay, it goes. It's like,
take your time.
Constituents. This place is no longer private. This wall is not a regular fabrication.
I shout now.
And I guess we just go.
Yeah. Seems like my
Alright.
on-the-moment plan didn't work.
So both,
your room service and I have money didn't quite work out.
Alright, so both of you make an athletics check.
Yeah, go figure shouting nonsense at them wouldn't get them closer.
There it is.
There it is.
My grip isn't right. My side of the floor is uneven.
The grip just ain't right.
It's cold down here.
My hands are sweaty.
I'm an
Knees
alien.
weak, arms spaghetti. Okay. So, you guys push forward with this thing, and you kind of there's kind of a sound of alarm that's somewhat muted as you push into this wall, seems like you catch a few of whatever these things are between your section of wall and the actual wall, and there's like this grinding, crunching sound. And if you look to your right, you can see what look like a bunch of very advanced looking robots standing in immaculate white robes. They look something like this. This.
Ooh.
You're saying ooh, but I don't see anything yet. Where are we at?
It's in the
In Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, I wasn't
Oh,
able to get it
okay.
onto the.
I'm so used to you dragging images out from somewhere else. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this map is
Those
like.
aren't the normal order spots, are they?
No. And as soon as the wall like crashes into the other side, they're going to all simultaneously turn on their heels and are going to start sprinting away.
Can I break off a piece of my wall and throw it at them?
You may.
I would like to do the
Yay.
same.
As we both throw it, it kind of connects like right back perfectly midway and slams them bell down. No, my throwing is absolutely terrible, so it's gonna be like me just banging against the wall.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
got no macro for it anymore, so I just roll ranged combat, I guess.
Make those throws, boy.
So it would just be dexterity for me.
Yeah. Okay,
Huh.
so in fact, when you throw the rocks, it looks like they're going to hit them, but they kind of separate almost like a school of fish, and they kind of fall in between them. And they're going to start running off into the darkness at quite a clip.
Breakneck
guess-
speed.
They move a
Yes.
little bit like Arsenal does when he dodges stuff. Just these kind of
I
sudden
have-
moves.
Yes.
One slight argument that I would like to make.
Hmm.
Are they loitering? Are they in a
What?
area that does not belong
Oh,
to
no.
them? Are they loitering?
They actually are not loitering.
They own this section of the temple.
Damn it. Track them by their extended crimes.
Well, there are a couple of big warnings for crimes flashing up, including vandalism and tomfoolery
Well,
and
Reckless endangerment.
reckless endangerment
Damage
and
to city property.
yeah, and beside all of them is just the Primus name is pulsing away.
they are
Destruction without a
escaping the scene
permit.
of a crime, though. Without reporting it. That's a crime.
Well, we don't know if they're not reporting it or yet. They could be running off to go report it right now.
Damn.
Those
The algorithm doesn't
crazy
know.
robots.
Alright, well, we got this one anyway.
I still go to give Primus a high five. Like, I'm sitting there going like, "That was great, finally."
Yeah. Oh, no, the Predator,
What?
You son of a bitch! Grabs our hands in there and flex our arms together.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, for sure. But I have I got some muscle just because of the work that I've been doing, but it's not like the giant rippling bicep.
Arsenal, it doesn't sound like they're dead.
No, I think they're done.
Here, okay, I'll just give it a 1, 2, push, and just shove it over.
It was just like he made it
wasn't
look
even
like
attached to anything.
he made it look like stone. It's just drywall.
Yeah.
It like breaks on impact with the floor. It's like, oh, whoops.
All right, let's go see what they caught.
Okay.
Alright, taking the lantern over, probably starting a drywall fire.
Mm-hmm. And as you approach this, and so are you guys gonna like pull the bit of wall away from the tunnel edge?
Yeah, got to. Otherwise,
So,
we don't know what we
when-
killed.
When you pull it away, there's actually kind of like a wet sound. Like there's a bit of a squelch.
Oh no.
There's that
What?
in this.
If it's a person, I swear he sounded like a robot.
So,
Yep, Benjamin's gonna take a look.
Yeah.
so on the other side of the wall, you do see what appears to be a robot similar to the others. It except the like headpiece is painted with a single red stripe going from the upper lip to the back of the head, and it was wearing robes with a similar stripe on it. But you can see that coming out of like the kind of crumpled and crushed head and neck, there's actually a stream of blood